everyone, and welcome to Tokyo Forum 2022. My name is Yamamoto Miki, a news anchor at NHK World Japan. It is a pleasure and honor to serve as your MC for this event again. This year, Tokyo Forum is in a hybrid format, so I'd like to thank everyone here present at this beautiful Yasuda Auditorium, as well as everyone who are joining us from around the world online. Thank you so much. As you know, Tokyo Forum is a meeting place for people in academia, government, business, NPOs, and numerous other fields. It encourages participants to freely share and sharpen ideas for potential solutions for global problems and help shape the future of our world. Now, the theme for this year's forum is dialogue between philosophy and science in a world facing war, pandemics, and climate change. How can we avoid repeating the history of the last century in which human beings took the path to division, global conflict, and environmental destruction? And how can we live more fully and find a new common understanding about what society should be in a global level? Tokyo Forum 2022 will offer multifaceted conversations between philosophers, scientists, and scholars to help find answers to these important questions. So everyone, let's get started. First, we'd like to call upon the host of this event for some opening remarks. So please welcome the President of the University of Tokyo, FUJII Teruo. President FUJII, please.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Teruo FUJII, President of the University of Tokyo. Distinguished guests, panelists, and participants, on behalf of the co-organizers, the University of Tokyo and Chey Institute for Advanced Studies, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to Tokyo Forum 2022. At last year's Tokyo Forum, we discussed how dialogue is the key to alleviating the anxieties that have arisen as a result of scientific progress. This year, the theme of the fourth Tokyo Forum is dialogue between philosophy and science in a world facing war, pandemic, and climate change. As that title suggests, we have gathered to discuss how human lives can be made better in this time of conflict, global health challenges, and changing climate. Philosophy in the 21st century needs to build a new universality based on regionality and diversity that extend throughout the world. This universality must challenge the uncritical anthropocentrism of conventional history and be open to coexistence with the others than human beings, including ecosystems and nature. Science in the 21st century also needs to break away from unself-critical scientific supremacy and strive to recognize its own limitations. This will require reconsidering the meaning of ethics for science. The importance of the relationship between science and ethics was touched upon at last year's Tokyo Forum. The remarkable progress of science and technology in modern times demands from everyone involved a high level of both ethics and social responsibility. As we have seen with issues such as mad cow disease, genetic modification, nanotechnology, and climate change, a major focus of debate has been on the impact on society of science and the use of scientific knowledge. Two important concepts for thinking about research ethics and related matters are ELSI, or ethical, legal, and social issues, and RRI, or responsible research and innovation. ELSI advocates for the need to consider the impact of emerging science and technology on society from multiple perspectives, including ethical, legal, and social issues. Since the 2010s, RRI has been advocated as an extension of ELSI. As an academic institution working to solve various global-scale issues facing humanity, the University of Tokyo recognizes the significant impact of science and technology on society. In order to promote better dialogue with society about research, we are committed to raising the legitimacy, validity, and transparency of the research process itself, while also considering ethical, legal, and social issues. We will meet this commitment by collaborating in the research and innovation process with people throughout society, including private citizens, policymakers, industry, and nonprofits and other third sector organizations. The 21st century so far has been a period of rapid globalization, an era requiring dialogue on the various issues facing humanity and their solutions. Dialogue that transcends national ideologies. That is why I made dialogue the most important element of UTokyo Campus, the statement of the guiding principles of the University of Tokyo that we announced last year. While keeping in mind the importance of multilateralism, we also recognize the growing importance of regional context and diversity that extend beyond national borders. That is why we should not pursue only uniform global approaches. Rather, we must think about how we can use regional differences and diversity as dynamic forces to solve various issues. We need to emphasize to the world the importance of dialogue within global networks while respecting individual positions and characteristics. Through the dialogue among the speakers and the participants at this Tokyo Forum, I hope that we can start to imagine together what society should be like for nations and for human beings in the 21st century. In closing, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Chairman Chey, Tae-Won of SK Group and President Park In-kook of Chey Institute for Advanced Studies for their continuous support in co-organizing this event. I hope that you all enjoy the Tokyo Forum 2022. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, President FUJII. Next, we would like to invite Chey Tae-Won, Chairperson of South Korea's SK Group. Please welcome Chairperson Chey.
Well, good evening. Yes, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen, and friends, and excellencies. Welcome to 4th Tokyo Forum. And indeed, I'm truly happy about I'm back in here. Because the last 2 years, we just had that through the Zooms and the video conferencing. So that's meaningful, but I really miss that this Yasuda Auditorium is so beautiful, and actually it's much better than the last time. So I hope that we could have that really complete, full-scale in-person forum in next year. So, but it's really meaningful that the fact that many of us are here today, and this is kind of an encouraging sign. So we could have that next year is a much better forum and much bigger and in person. So. And also, I hope today can be the occasion of the great engagement and consolidations as well as celebration. So I wish to extend my sincere appreciation to President FUJII and the success of the Tokyo Forum and owes much of his great leadership and passion. I also thank for the keynote speakers, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, UN former Secretary General, and also Hasegawa Mariko Doctor. So they are here, so I really appreciate their participation. So we are living at the time when the world is confronted with the really global challenges. So my hope is this year's Tokyo Forum will provide the ample opportunities for us to prepare for the future, to navigate this strong and unpredictable current with the perception to shape the future. Yes, indeed, the Tokyo Forum, they have that really great themes and shape the future. So it's easy to say that, but how we can actually shape the future, that's our challenge. But I really believe that we could build a better, safer, and more the prosperous future together. So our main theme of this year is a dialogue between the philosophy and science. It's also really nice. So I want to kind of drill then how actually philosophy and the science meet together and what language they're going to exchange together. So also we find ourselves in a long dark tunnel with no end in sight. So global community is a struggle to deal with a lot of pandemics and climate crisis and ever widening the inequality and the global inflation. Not just that one by one, actually, it all comes together and actually it affects the one and the other. So there's a lot of our kind of gravity of our struggle leaves us with many urgent questions. So you might heard that a lot of these kind of questions. And for example, can science and technology provide new opportunity to help us to deal with these global risks? So it's really good for us. But think about it in a different angle, because sometimes crime crisis comes from this technology and science we just used. Why it happened? And we have to come up with the other solution. Let's think out of box type. So current system, economic system, is not just enough. So actually there is a lot of missing part. What is it? We never actually measure and count the social value. If we had those things together, then it's probably our science and the technology will contribute to this humanity much, much better. And without that current the crisis and the risks. So how we can actually make these social value systems into our society? But think about it. 200 years, we don't have any accounting system. So we never actually value to our companies or the product that much. We don't even have any kind of the exchange rate. So within that 200 years, we just came out with this market systems and the accounting system. We calculate numbers and everything. That actually give us some freedom to actually comparison. So which one is better? How much better? The degree of the goods. That's a very important matter and our progress. But we don't have any system for the social value. So environment is just our problem to actually externality. In our system, nobody really count on the externality. So we have to have our society has to have internalize this problem. Without that, everybody's just chasing for the economic value only. Because we had those systems. But we talk about a lot of things, ethics and the social values, social somethings, but it's just bubbly. We don't have any calculation measurement system. So we have to actually bring using our science to making this measurement system first. That's how actually we have to deal with this complex problems. Not only just the crime is things, and there's inequality problems, and somebody has to pay that, and nobody really count on there is an inequality. So what? How much cost it is? Another things I want to suggest is what we need somebody who really contribute the social goods. So bring that value to the society. Then we should actually allow them to actually kind of pay back. What I call is a kind of negative tax system. So, if somebody owns some profit, then actually, our tax system give him some tax, portion of the tax, and government get it, and they redistribute, mostly for the social value. But somebody who really actually creates some value, then actually, that somebody has to actually pay back, because that save the cost of the whole society. So I want that you can think about that our system has to change. The existing problem comes from that this system. So if we're not really changing then our system, I don't think that we will have that solution. Another challenge is education. So I had a lot of the questions like how can we educate the younger generation for better society? But we have to just flip those questions that how can we learn from the younger generation for the better society? sometimes at the world we just try to teach them. But the young generation, they had their own mind and their own innovation, imaginations. So we have to learn from them. And this kind of our problem. And maybe we could learn from them. And that's the kind of, we have to change that. That's education system also. Yes, but anyhow, Tokyo Forum is a really good platform to answering these questions and how we can actually recreate our own systems. And I hope that it's only 2 days, but we could actually have that really good discussion with that. And also, I hope that the future generation will continue to meet here at the Tokyo University, so created much more the valuable discussions and for the society. So, this is it, and thank you.
Chairperson Chey, thank you very much for your opening remarks.